With Pyro Traveler's release on the horizon, I've decided to go through every single Traveler kit and make them work in Abyss. I already did Hydro and Geo to some success, and you all voted for Electro Traveler next. Electro Traveler's kit is a bit awkward in some aspects. The skill fires Electro Swords in a 3-pronged pattern which generate amulets. These amulets will restore energy and increase energy recharge upon collection. The animation is quite long on this skill, and there isn't a way to cancel or shorten it, making it feel clunky as you can be interrupted during it. The burst does an initial jolt of damage, afterward giving you an active ability. This deals electro damage whenever you hit a normal or charge attack to an enemy, and gives some flat energy to the active character. While the burst can deal up to 24 strikes, theoretically, in practice, you're probably getting 60 to 70% of that amount, because dealing damage for 12 seconds is extremely impractical for most combat situations. Especially given this Abyss, where we have the Consecrated Beast back. Now, there is some interesting tech Electro MC can take advantage of. The amulets that spawn after the skill hits an enemy take a second or so to form. If you put Electro MC right over their spawn location, and then swap to another character as the amulets form, you can get the energy recharge effect on both Electro MC and the character you swap to. Note that while you can get the energy recharge effect on both characters, you won't necessarily be able to get the flat energy from all 3 amulets on both characters. I somehow remember being able to do this when Electro MC was first released, but I can't seem to do it now. It's possible that I'm misremembering, or this was an interaction that was fixed. Either way, by doing this technique, you'll spread the 12 flat energy you would get from the amulets across 2 different characters. Another thing to note about this technique is that the energy recharge gain won't reduce your damage from sets like 4-piece Emblem. You can see that with Shincho's burst here. He does the same amount of damage whether or not he has the effect.
I have taught you everything I know.
Thank you, Shincho. It's not surprising considering that the A4 passive Traveler also only scales under initial ER, so the devs already accounted for this. To be honest, it would have been kinda nice if the extra energy recharge did apply to 4-piece Emblem, but alas, Traveler never gets nice things, ever. Except Dendro. Dendro was nice. Please let Pyro be good, please let Pyro be good, please let Pyro be good. Based on the fact that Electro MC's damage primarily consists of multiple Electro strikes that have very low base multipliers, you might have expected for me to build them into a Quicken comp. After all, the added base damage from Aggravate doesn't get affected by the low scalings of the burst, or skill. The main reason I didn't like this was because the aggravated damage bonus doesn't line up nicely with C6's effect. You would pretty much be off by 1 or 2 autos unless you wait for internal cooldowns to reset. And while you do so, your Kazuha or Official is doing way more damage, making your MC look stupid. Seeing this, I decided to go back to the drawing board. Knowing that Electro MC's damage is inherently bad, I looked towards reactions to deal the damage I would need to 36-star Abyss. Especially given that the Abyss's HP multiplier increased to... Wait, it increased from 250% to 370... What the... Okay. Before I go on, genuine question. Who the hell decided that this was fine to do? Like, why? I understand that Abyss has been getting harder over time, but why increase the multiplier on top of making multiple waves? It's just evil. Alright, back to reactions. Since Electro MC is, well, Electro, I have access to a lot more reactions than other elements. Since I was committing to the EEM route at this point anyway, why not be able to proc all the reactions I could? Back in the days of Sumeru, Zajef, a well-known theory crafter in the community, made a comp he dubbed as Thundering Fury, which was able to proc many different types of reactions all at the same time. The main driver, Razor, has a key similarity to Electro MC, which makes him work in this comp. They are both able to deal physical normal attack damage while also applying Electro at the same time. This makes it relatively easy to sub in Electro MC over Razor into the team comp while keeping its function the same. At least overall. Don't get me wrong, Electro MC is not necessarily an upgrade for this comp at all. It's just a substitution that I thought was interesting to make, and well, would make Electro MC actually do damage, so I did it. However, there's one last thing I needed to do in order to get the maximum amount of reactions off. I've hesitated to do this for a very long time, mainly because I didn't want to ruin future infusion teams with this. But I think now it's finally time for me to rip off the band-aid. Oh, I hope I don't regret this in the future. To be completely fair here, if I wasn't going to do this in this video, I was definitely going to do it in Animo MC's video. So just be aware, this band-aid was going to get torn off at some point. Speaking of potential regret, I don't actually have the best in slot weapon for this kind of Electro MC build. Zippos. Zippos as a weapon is crazy. It not only grants you EM, but it also gives you energy recharge based on your EM to every character in your team. And if you've played Electro MC before, you know well that they need as much energy recharge as possible in order to get consistent burst up time. I knew when I was rolling on this banner that I would have regretted not getting the weapon at some point. I just didn't realize it would be for an Electro MC video out of all things. But it is what it is. So instead, I had to make do with an umbrella. As for artifacts on Electro MC, 4-piece Thundering Fury is the best thing I could use here, given all the different types of reactions I was triggering. Even though I did say I would go into EM fully, I found that having some crit rate and crit damage was still helpful, especially since Bennett was on the team, to buff attack. I also didn't have enough Thundering Fury pieces with EM main stats, so I didn't really have a choice anyways. Speaking of Bennett, I did put him on a 4-piece Instructors to increase EM even more. I do wish they made 5-star versions of Exile Instructors. Maybe one day. Nahida had to be on Deepwood for necessary Dendro resistant shred, and I kept Shincho on Emblem. He was doing decent off-field damage, and I couldn't really come up with anything else that he could use without sacrificing too much ER. I tried to satisfy energy requirements for the team, but I still had to wait for an ER Abyss card just so that I could more flexibly rotate. It was kind of a pain. I plan to use the Electro MC team on the first half with Chevreuse Overload on the second. Main difficulty in this Abyss is, well, Chamber 1, because there are 5 waves. I don't know why. Don't ask me. If I could get past that, well, I was pretty much home free. The other chambers are really easy in comparison. So, Consecrated Beasts, here I come. Yeah, the rotations past Chamber 1 weren't great. Second half really wasn't that bad with Overload, since it treads through Geoshields, and first half enemies are fairly easy aside from the first chamber. I still maintain that this team would be significantly better with the Ziphos and Electro MC. Having to make sure Electro MC was getting enough particles was a massive pain. But it's done now. Electro MC has been finished, for now, at least. So we have two choices left, Animo and Dendro. Again, there's another survey on the community tab, so vote for the one you want to see next. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.